Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to episode number 87 of the Houston Astros franchise here on MLB The Show 20. Hope everyone had a great Memorial Day weekend as we honor those who have lost their lives defending our country of the United States. Hope everyone enjoyed. But today we have the Astros ending the regular season, so if you're excited for that one, make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content, as we have already clinched the AL West, but we have two more series to go as we fight for seeding and maybe a chance to have home field advantage throughout the American League side of the bracket. So we'll start it off with a series against Oakland here in Houston. Oakland still fighting for a wild card berth as they are the defending World Series champions, and it's a good start in the top of the first for them as a missed dive out in right field allows Sheldon Neuse to get on board with a leadoff double. Rogelio Armenteros is on the mound for Houston. He hasn't had a great season so far, and then the next batter, Nick Senzel, hits this one off of the scoreboard in left field. He will have another double. However, Neuse was slow to react, wasn't sure if that was going to be caught. So he didn't score, but now it's second and third, no out still. Tommy Pham up next, liner right at Bell. There is your first out of the evening. As we'll take a look at this Oakland lineup. Sheldon Neuse, Nick Senzel, Tommy Pham have already batted. Now we have Matt Olson, Matt Chapman, and Aristides Aquino, and Chris Davis coming up. So plenty of power hitters in this Athletics lineup. Austin Allen's behind the plate, and Chad Pinder is in center. Here is Matt Olson, 2-1, hits this one deep left field. And speaking of power, this one clears the wall in left for a 3-run shot. Matt Olson, 39th of the season. And the Athletics jump out to a 3-0 lead here, only one out in the top of the first as Armenteros' struggle 2021 continues. Matt Chapman is up next, 1-2 to him. He will pop this one up behind second base, and there is Jose Altuve for out number 2. Aristides Aquino up next, 3-0 to him. He is going to walk on 4 pitches. Armenteros' command has been a reason why he struggled. As Chris Davis up next, though, will strike out on the fastball, but Oakland jumps out to a 3-0 lead for their lefty, Jesus Luzardo, who will take the mound for the Athletics. 4.99 ERA on season through 26 starts. He'll start off his day against Jose Altuve, who's had a very good season. He's hitting 308. That is 9th in the American League in those who qualify. First pitch to Altuve, tries to lay down a bunt, which will be fielded easily by Allen and thrown out at first, as the leadoff bunt tactic hasn't really worked for Altuve recently. So after him, we'll see a very consistent lineup, although it is lefties, so we'll see Springer, Bregman, Alvarez, Bell, Garcia in left today. Reddick will have the right field duties, and Mayfield will be at short, and Stubbs will stay in the 9th spot. George Springer up next, 2-1. This one's lined perfectly into the outfield. That'll be a 1-out base hit for Springer. He's had a very good 2021 season in his own right. And that's going to bring us to the heart of the lineup. Alex Bregman, he will draw the walk as one of the MVP favorites, not being offered any good pitches. And then Alvarez up next, 1-0, does ground into a 4-6-3 double play, which ends the first inning. We'll say bottom 2 with these Astros. Bell up next, curveball on the very first batter of the inning. Will go into left field, so Astros trying to get something here in the second. Garcia up next, 2-2 to him. He gets jammed on a fastball, but this one will drop in right, and Aquino actually dove for it. Bad mistake as Bell will get on his horse. He rounds third, is coming home. Garcia is going to third, and there is the first run of the day for the Houston Astros, 3-1. Thanks to Garcia's triple. That is his 4th triple of the season. Still nobody out for Josh Reddick. He gets a hanging curveball. This one's hit into left field, but it'll be caught. However, the run will come around and tag, so Houston does get 2 back here in the bottom of the second, now making it 3-2. Jack Mayfield up next, 1-2 to Mayfield. He's swinging high on the fastball at strike number 3. And then Garrett Stubbs up next. First pitch to him. He gets a fastball who most people can handle. However, Stubbs doesn't have the most power. Instead, it's popped up into left. So it's 3-2 after 2. We'll go top 3. Nick Senzel leading off for Oakland, and he's going to hit this one down the line on a full count pitch. That's going to run up against the wall. Senzel has very good speed, so that's an easy leadoff double for Oakland. Next up will be Tommy What's Up Pham, and he's going to walk on 4 pitches. Second time Armenteros has walked a batter on 4 pitches. Matt Olson up next. Very first pitch to him. He's going to not wait. He's going to single into right. Senzel with that nice speed will score, and Oakland gets one back as it's now 4-2 Athletics. Chapman up next. First pitch to him as well, and he's going to single up the middle. Another runner will come around. Tommy Pham hits home plate, and Oakland Athletics get both runs back. It is now 5-2. And then Arcanio up next will pop up, so that'll be the infield fly rule. Stubbs records it regardless. One out now to Chris Davis, who gets underneath the fastball. Davis has plenty of power, however, just misses this one. Springer fields it. Nobody will tag on his arm, as that is out number 2 in the third. Next up, Austin Allen on 4 pitches again will walk. So Armenteros walks another batter, and he walks the bases loaded for Chad Pinder, who hits it up the middle, and it'll get through the infield. That's a base hit. 1's going to come around. 2 is going to come around. 7-2 Athletics as Armenteros' rough day continues. We're going to go to the top of the order, and that's actually going to do it for Armenteros. Manager Johnny Cook not wanting to get to the top with his struggling pitcher. Instead, he'll turn it over to Jose Urena, who hasn't had the best season as well, but he is our long reliever, and he does get Sheldon Ayers 2 strikeouts to end the top of the third. How about top fourths? Nick Senzel will lead us off again, and again he will get on base. That is a single through the left side of the infield, and Oakland wants to put up more runs against Houston. Tommy Pham up next, 2-2, and they're going to do just that. Tommy Pham deep to left field and out of here. 2-run blast for him. His 21st of the season, goes 360 down the line, and Jose Urena surrenders the 2-run shot. It is now 9-2 Oakland, as this one has turned into a blowout at Minute Maid Park. Matt Olson, still nobody out here in the top of the fourth. He will be the first out of the inning thanks to the high fastball he swings through. Chapman up next, first pitch swinging. This one's up the middle. However, Altuve, who is playing behind the bag, will record out number 2. It's going to leave it up to Aristides Aquino to get something here. And on the 0-2 pitch, he will pop up behind first base. Bell will record the third out. But it is 9-2 Oakland, and the Astros need to get something going, as it'll be Josh Reddick leading us off here in the bottom of the 5th. Full count to Reddick. He checks the swing. However, it's not going to matter. The umpire says he went around, so that's out number 1. Mayfield, very first pitch of his at-bat, he pops up into foul territory. That's going to be an easy play in the outfield or foul territory grass. And then Garrett Stubbs, full count to him. He hits a laser right up the middle. That is actually off of Luzardo, and that'll be a base hit. Jesus Luzardo is okay, however. And then Jose Altuve up next will strike out on the changeup. So the Houston Astros get nothing in the bottom of the 5th. And since this one's turned into a blowout, we're going to kind of zip through this one now. Tommy Pham, top of the 6th. He's actually going to add another run to this one, a solo shot to left. That's Tommy Pham's second home run of the day, and it's also his second home run off Jose Urena. Results in Pham's 22nd of the season, and Oakland Athletics continue to extend their lead here, as this one turns into a 10-2 game, and Chris Devinsky will come on for Houston later in the game. Top 6, Arcanio with one on, hits it deep to the deepest part of the park, and this one is out of here, way deep left center, 435 for Aquino. And I told you, this Oakland Athletics lineup has plenty of power, and they are showing it in this one. 27th of the season for Aquino, and it is now 12-2 Oakland, as the mercy rule is in full effect. Bottom 6, though, Houston does get one back thanks to the perfect hits for Springer over the train tracks. His solo 26 of the season goes 465. So that is a deep bomb for George Springer. The train does move, so at least it is no longer a double-digit lead for Oakland, now 12-3, as the Astros look to try to salvage something in this ball game. As Springer comes around, he will touch home plate, and that's 12-3. Next, in the bottom of the 9th, Bregman hits a cutter deep right center, Petite, and this one is over the wall in right center. Alex Bregman pads his stats in the 9th. It is a blowout, but it is Bregman's 48th home run of the season as he closes in on number 50. Goes 366. That'll add to his MVP numbers. But we will not add any more runs, and that'll be this one, 12-4 Oakland, and a blowout in the first game of this series against Houston. As the Athletics continue to fight for that wild card spot, this is going to help. 12 runs on 14 hits for them, 4 for 7 in the air for Houston. Luzardo gets the win, Armenteros gets the loss, and Tommy Pham, with his 2 for 4 2-home run day, gets player of the game. You can see the stat lines in the box score here. So, in game number 2, Oakland wins as well, 5-4, as they win the first 2 games. Picking up win number 89 as Houston still looks for win number 100 on the season. Garcia had a home run, Stubbs and Alvarez chipped in as well. However, it was the bad day of Cy Snead and Ramos in relief who cost us the victory. And then in game 3, we get absolutely destroyed in this one as well, 12-0, as we get swept in emphatic fashion by Oakland. As that is not a good way to start for Houston, as we are continuing to fight for that seeding, as it was McCullers who got rocked in this one. But thankfully for us, the team that's got the number 1 seed, they also lost 3 games against Toronto, that is the Yankees. However, the Chicago White Sox swept the Minnesota Twins. So now in the standings, the Yankees are currently the 1 seed. They have a 2-game lead over us, and then we have a 2-game lead over Chicago. So this last series is going to be very important. Speaking of important series, Washington, Atlanta. Washington has a 2-game lead in the NL East over the Braves. So all they got to do is win 1. Braves got to sweep the Nationals, and the winner gets the NL East. However, for us, we will end the season in a home series against the Los Angeles Angels. They are also fighting for that wild card spot against the Oakland Athletics. They sit at 89-70, and we will send Joe Musgrove on the mound, still looking for win number 100 on the season. He has 3.39 ERA, and Luis Gohara, the lefty for Los Angeles, will take them out for them, 4.92 ERA. Take a look at the Angels lineup since ours is exactly the same. It'll be Simmons, Rendon, Trout, Mancini, Brian Goodwin, Jared Walsh, Jahmai Jones is your DH, followed by David Fletcher and Kevin Plawecki, making his MLB season debut in game number 160. We'll start in the bottom of the first here with Jose Altuve, and the very first batter for Houston goes yard. This one drilled to left center. Jose Altuve with a solo shot to kick the day started for Houston. Not wanting to replicate that series against Oakland, as Jose Altuve hits his 23rd of the season as it goes 366. And that is a air fist bump as they missed hands there. But Altuve breaks the seal early. It is 1-0 Houston here in the bottom of the first. So thanks to that home run, Springer's up next. He gets jammed, broken bat and all. Easy out for Plawecki as he catches that one. Then Alex Bregman up next, full count, swings through the high fastball. That is strike number 3. And that'll bring up Yordan Alvarez here, full count to Alvarez, and he will draw the walk. They're going to say ball 4. He will take his base, and now Josh Bell steps to the plate. He's not going to waste any time as he goes first pitch swinging into the right center gap. Alvarez is going to go to third base. He's actually going to go home, and there will be no play at the plate as Bell has an RBI double. Now 2-0 Astros. Avisail Garcia up next, 2-1. Might not be done. However, Mancini catches this one. Houston takes a 2-0 lead. We'll go top 3 here with the Angels as Musgrove on the mound. Has had a good start, and he starts the third well as well with the out from Trout. And then Mancini will pop up to deep right center, deep in the ballpark, but it is caught for out number 2. As Musgrove making quick work of the heart of the lineup, as Brian Goodwin up next, 2-2, hits this one deep left center, but it is caught out there in left by Garcia. So Musgrove having a pretty solid day as we go top 5. We want to stay with Musgrove, see how he continues to do. He's at 68 pitches though, but Simmons leading off will hit this one into right field. And it actually does bounce in front of Reddick, so that'll drop for a lead-off single. Next up, Anthony Rendon, 0-1 to Rendon. Hot shot to the left side of the infield, knocked down by Bregman. However, he has no play. They're going to say that's a base hit, I think rightfully so. Then Mike Trout up next, though. 2-2 hits this one deep to left field, and with one swing of the bat, Mike Trout gives the Angels the lead. A 3-run blast, his 43rd of the season. Travels 418 down the line, and one of the best players, arguably the best player in baseball, gives the Angels the lead. A threat every time at the plate. So So how will Musgrove respond? Well, he gets Mancini to ground to the right side of the infield. There is the first out of the 5th. Next up, Brian Goodwin, 1-2 to Goodwin. And he can't connect on the curveball on the outside. That is strike out number 4. And then Jared Walsh, 1-1, pops up to deep left center. This one will be caught, so nice settle down by Musgrove. But now, the Astros got to fight back for the lead. We're going to skip to the bottom of the 8th now. Ty Buttrey comes in for the Angels, looking for another hold on the season. He will start off against Jose Altuve, who was one of the 2 runs so far for Houston back in that first inning, as the bats have kind of gone quiet since then for the Astros. 2-2, and they continue to go quiet as Altuve swings through a high 97 heater for out number 1. Springer up next. He can't connect on the slider, so back-to-back strikeouts by Buttrey on 2 good pitches. Brings up Bregman, who on a full count perfectly hits this on the right field, but it's perfectly at the glove of Mancini. So quick 8th for the Astros. The Angels, Hansel Robles looking for save number 51. He wants to make it a quick 9th as well. He will start off against Yordan Alvarez. 0-2, cannot connect on the changeup. Out number 1. Josh Bell up next. 1-1 to Bell. Nice slider. However, it's popped up well underneath it. A moon ball, but it is out number 2. Astros down to their final out. It is Avisail Garcia. On a full count, checks his swing. They're going to say he didn't go around. I think that's the good call, but that could have been the last out of the game. Reddick up next. He walks as well. So, tying run is on second base now. Winning run on first. And Miles Straw is going to pinch run to be that winning run. So that means Reddick will be taken out of the game. And then Jack Mayfield up next. 3-1. Hits it into left field. And it splits 3 defenders. Runners were on their horses, and it is a tie ball game, 3-3 in the 9th. Clutch base hit by Mayfield. Can the Astros end it in the 9th? No, they cannot, as Stubbs will ground out. But we're going to extras in Houston. They clutch up in the 9th and send us 2 extras. In the 10th, leadoff base hit. Edubre Ramos is on the mound. We saw him struggle in one of those games against the Athletics, as Mike Trout will get a leadoff base hit. Next up, Trey Mancini, 0-2. This one's chopped to the pitcher. Picked up by Ramos. Fires to first. That is out number 1. Our go-ahead run is now on second. Brian Goodwin up next, though. Pops up behind the pitcher's mound. That'll be played by Bregman, out number 2. Next up, Jared Walsh. And they're actually going to draw the intentional walk. Put him on the base. Force a play at every base on the base path for Jahmai Jones, and he's not going to waste any time. First pitch swing and chopper to Mayfield, out number 3. Angels get nothing in the top of the 10th. They're going to turn it to Justin Anderson for the bottom of the 10th. 2.61 ERA through 10 1/3 innings in the season. He will start off against George Springer, who on a full count draws the walk. So winning run now on base brings up Alex Bregman. Full counts. He's not going to get anything to swing at there, as that is back-to-back walks for Anderson. Base hit could end it, and Alvarez is going to put it into center. However, it is caught by Trout on a shoestring. That saves us the game. However, Springer does move up to third. 2 outs. Josh Bell steps to the plate. First pitch to Bell. This one's hit. It's in the gap, and the Astros win it. They win game number 100 in dramatic fashion, 4-3 in extras. Josh Bell with a clutch base hit brings in Springer. And the Astros win game 1 of this series. Hurts the Angels' chance at a wild card berth, so double sweet there for Houston. And what a game to have in game 160. Josh Bell is your player of the game. He gets that game-winning base hit, gets the artificial Gatorade bath that looks, not gonna lie, not the best graphics there. He went 2 for 4 with that double and the game-winning single, 2 RBIs to his day. Trout was the only offense for the Angels, which has kind of been the story of his major league career. But we win game 1. And then before we get to game 2, though, Justin Verlander does come off the injury list. I forgot, I kind of skipped through the notifications, so I was going to show it here. And we're going to send down Cy Snead, who did his job in his 2 appearances, but he will go down to AAA. Take a look around the league here. The Yankees, they lost to the Red Sox. Now we are 1 game back of the number 1 seed. The White Sox also lost, so we have officially clinched the 2 seed. And then the National League, the Braves did beat the Nationals, so they are now 1 game back against Washington in a thriller that goes 11 innings. In our game 2, we win as well, 5-1. That is win number 101 on the season. Angels continue to watch their wild card berth slip through their fingers as they have been eliminated from the postseason. We'll touch on the standings in a minute, but the Yankees do win against the Red Sox. They hold that 1-game lead, and I think they have the tiebreaker over us. So the Yankees do get the 1 seed. We do get the 2 seed. The Braves, they win game 2, so it is all tied up in the National League East. As you can see the standings here, Nationals, Braves, the winner of game 162 will win the NL East. Speaking of our game 162, we do drop, but we finished 101-61 on the season, and we win our division. We will face the White Sox in the division series. We'll take a look at that in a second, but we lost 3-1 in game 3 against the Angels. It was Simmons and Way who was the offense for the Angels, and we had a solo shot by Mark Canha. That was our only offense in the second, as Armenteros gets another struggling loss. In game 162, the Nationals do beat the Braves, so the Nationals, with the 91-71 record, hold on to win the NL East. The Braves do still make the playoffs as a wild card seed, but they have to fight in the one-and-done round, while the Nationals move to the NLDS. Take a look at the standings to end the season. You see the Yankees win the AL East. They finished 103-59. They won their final game. The White Sox clinched the AL Central with a 99-63 record. That is who we will play. And in the wild card, it is the Red Sox and the Athletics who will represent the American League. And at least we did see the Nationals win. The Mets and the Braves both got wild card spots. They will fight in that one-and-done round. The Cubs win the Central. And then the best record in baseball, the Dodgers cruise to an NL West crown once again. You see the Mets and Braves here. Rockies did finish 1 game back. So let's go to award time, and you can see the very first award of the season. Alex Bregman does win MVP. That is the second Astro to win in the past 5 seasons. Hit 329, 49 homers, 133 RBIs. Definitely worth it. Former Astro Garrett Cole gets Cy Young in his second season with the Yankees, 3.12 ERA. He finished second MVP voting. Trout gets the batting title on back-to-back seasons. Chapman gets reliever of the year. You can see the rest of them here. Evan White, one of the 2 Angels frontrunners for Rookie of the Year. He had 22 bombs. Hank Aaron Award goes to Mike Trout once more, thanks to his 337 hitting. Take a look quickly at the Gold Gloves. Mayhew gets it for the White Sox. We will see him the next round. As you can see, no Astros get Gold Gloves. However, we do bring in some Silver Sluggers. Jordan Alvarez gets it for the DH. Josh Bell gets it for first baseman. Altuve comes in second for second baseman. Bregman gets first in third baseman. And then no outfield Silver Sluggers. Plenty of hardware for the Houston Astros. In the National League, Cody Bellinger continues to dominate. Hit 301 with 51 bombs. He wins another MVP award as he is the best player, I would say, in baseball. He's probably better than Mike Trout thanks to another MVP to his collection. Noah Syndergaard gets Cy Young, the second Met in 3 years to get it. Justin Turner in his first season with the Giants after leading the Dodgers gets the batting title. Speaking of Dodgers, Scott Alexander and Cody Hose bring in awards for them as a Dodgers rookie gets Rookie of the Year. That's the last thing that they need, is more strong talent coming through the lineup. So you can see the Dodgers still get plenty of awards, plenty of Gold Gloves for them, as this is the rest of the National League awards. Nolan Arenado still on the Rockies. He fell just short of the playoffs. Cody Bellinger gets a Gold Glove as well, continuing to add to his collection. That's his third award of the season. With the Silver Sluggers coming, I'm assuming he's going to get award number 4. As in the outfield, there it is for him. Ronald Acuna also gets it for the second straight year, and Nicholas Castellanos with 36 bombs. So here's a look at the playoff brackets in the wild card rounds. It is the Athletics, Red Sox, and Braves, Mets. While in the ALDS, we will see White Sox, Astros. Yankees get the 1 seed in the American League. 1 seed in the National League goes to the Dodgers. And the Nationals will face the Chicago Cubs in the other NLDS round. So that should be exciting. But we will start with the wild card games. Starting off in the National League, the Braves destroy the Mets 10-0. So they were mad that they did not win the division, and they come out with a vengeance, absolutely blowing out the Mets, sending their division rivals packing. They now have a date against the Los Angeles Dodgers, the defending NL champions again. In the American League, the Athletics continue to keep their defending championship run alive. They beat the Red Sox 9-7 in a thriller as they put up 6 in the ninth to have a comeback victory. They're looking for back-to-back World Series titles as they will now meet the Yankees in the ALDS. As here is the updated bracket. You can see both sides are set. Both DS rounds are set. And we will face the Chicago White Sox. We do have home field advantage. It'll be Justin Verlander and Giolito in Game 1. We'll touch on that in a second. But let's take a look at this White Sox squad. Very different from a season ago, as last year they finished 79-83, had a losing record, but made plenty of moves in the offseason, specifically in the offense, as they were one of the best teams out behind us in terms of hitting, second best in home runs. However, their pitching was a little bit of a disappointment. So this could be a very much a slugfest series. That was kind of the same for us. Their star player is now DJ LeMahieu, who came over from the Yankees on a 4-year, $88 million contract in the offseason. He hit .314 and has been worth it so far for them. Yasmani Grandal is also somebody to watch out for in that lineup. Only played in 92 games. However, he did make an impact against us in September. He hit .278 on the season. Yohan Moncada is somebody also to watch out for. Only 25 years old, but is a stud in his own right. He had career highs in both home runs and RBIs, 28-85 line for that. Another player they added was Starling Marte, who came over on a 2-year, $19.2 million contract from the Diamondbacks. He hit .273 with 36 stolen bases. And then in the bullpen, they added a familiar face in Liam Hendriks, somebody who we faced last year plenty of times. He helped Oakland get to the World Series last year. He signed 3 years, $23.7 million. However, he did lose the closing job in the season to Aaron Bummer, who had a 187 career high ERA with 34 out of 36 saves opportunities. So their bullpen looks pretty good as well. However, if there is a weak spot, it's probably the rotation. As in next episode, we will see Lucas Giolito first. He had a 5.36 ERA and a 1.52 WHIP. Then in Game 2, we will see the lefty Carlos Rodon, the former number 3 overall pick, but he posted a 4.68 ERA, 1.57 WHIP. So plenty of chances to score some runs against these White Sox. As we look to start off at home, it'll be Lucas Giolito versus Justin Verlander, Game 1 of the ALDS. We will play both Game 1 and Game 2 next episode. But playoff baseball, playoff anything is finally coming to the channel. I know it's been a long time coming, but we've reached the postseason here in the Astros series. It's MLB The Show 20, but we're still going to go through the season. I'm still excited for playoff baseball. I hope you are as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.